Hey y'all, back with another video. Got a few videos I want to post. I ain't gonna really say too much. I'm just gonna post a few clips.
Okay, so you were there when KI got killed, and I interviewed FBG
I
Butter.
was
He was there as well. He got shot in the leg, I think. Okay, so describe what happened.
all right. So we was me, Joe Jackson. I called him Joe Jackson. And a guy. And a guy was the driver. You know what I'm saying? We called them J's or whatever you want to call them. He was driving us in a car, and we was supposed to go and pick up Duck to go and do a song for Boss Trail, who died. Boss Trail, he got killed. So it was his birthday. So we was supposed to go and do a song for Boss Trail, Doug was, and we was picking them up. And we riding down Eberhard. As we riding down Eberhard, man, I'm looking out the window, and I see Vaughn, Big A, and T. Roy in the cut. I see them in the cut. I tell the people in the car, I just seen them. I see them in the cut, bro. Holler out the window and tell Butter them. Man, we rode. By the time we got to Butter them, man, I'm talking about the dude stepped on the gas, man. We went over the hump and just kept going, bro. And they popped out. As we go over the hump, they popped out and started chasing Butter. Butter ran down the street. So as I'm saying Butter run, now the car parked. I get to running back towards Butter. I held Butter in the car. I told the hype to come back around the corner. Why as I grabbed Butter. I grabbed Butter. Butter got to me. I had him on my shoulder. His kneecap was blew off. I was arguing with Butter like, hey, Butter, hey, man, go to the hospital, bro. He was like, I ain't going to no hospital, man. I got a warrant. I said, is it a murder warrant? Because if it ain't no murder warrant, bro, you going to damn near die. He's like, I'm going to the crib. So I told them, take me to the crib. I told them to take me to the crib. They pulled off. Now, Vlad, this all I want to say, Vlad, you smart, you intelligent. Hey, look, if I put you in a car, right, and you gone, the story is my ending, right? Because I was there. Right? I was still on the scene. If you got in the car that I was just in, that mean I was still on the scene. Man, I walked down there to KI, man, she was stretched, bro. She was stretched, man, holes everywhere, bro. Her neck. That was the first thing I seen was the shit in her neck, bro. On everything. That was the first thing. I stood over, told her it's gonna be all right. The police had Duck and them handcuffed. They said that Duck was responsible for her getting killed. They had Duck hemmed up. And then the ambulance came, we left. We ended up pulling off, man. That shit was sad, though, bro. I still think about KI every time I see that shit, bro.
Okay, so this is a little bit confusing because according to documents, the Cook County Attorney's Office said that King Von was the shooter of KI. Now, when FBG Butter made his statement, and we interviewed him about this, he said that it was a dark-skinned guy with a mole on his face. Now, you're telling me that you were there and King Von was there. So who killed KI?
Hey, look, that's the person who I seen with a weapon in their hand. We rolled past. He was in the cut, down, looking their way, looking towards Butter them way. That's what made me see them, cause I was looking. We was just riding past, and I seen them real fast. And I know all of them. They ain't having no mask or none of that. You know, I be over there. I know they family, so I'm like, damn. And then when they popped out, like I just never said nothing who it was. And then when it finally, like, I got on the internet, I'm like, shit, Von gone. Von gone. He always amend shit. Shit, he did it. He was there. I seen him do it. You know what I'm saying? But I never told law enforcement that he did it. I never went to law enforcement and said King Von did it. But people, like, I think Butter them and a girl and somebody else went to law enforcement in 2014 and told, I don't know if Butter went, but I know a girl, like, some paperwork came out where they said that Von did it. Before that, then they still let Von go to police. So that's what you got to be talking about.
Okay, so you yourself, did you actually see Von shoot KI?
When I'm gonna tell you like this, Vlad, I didn't see nobody shoot KI, but like it can only make sense, man. It only makes sense, man. Like, all right, the shooting started down here, boom. Butter running down the street, boom. He go back, and then it's over with. You know what I'm saying? I ain't see Big A with no gun in his hand. You know what I'm saying? I ain't see him when we rolled past. I could see them clearly, who got the weapon in their hand and everything. So unless they got two different guns with the same shots, it was only one gun. Von had it. I know Von ain't passing off no gun. I know for a fact he not.
This man says he seen Vaughn in the cut with a gun. But then when asked, did he actually see Vaughn shoot K.I., he says no. And he knows for a fact Vaughn not passing off no gun and that Vaughn killed K.I. I'm trying to figure out how he always everywhere, but don't nothing ever happen to him. Let's keep going.
Mixed up in the streets.
I'm gonna say, Vlad, I'm gonna keep it real with you, Vlad. When I got shot in my head, when I was in college, I ain't started, like, I been in the streets running around Parkway and stuff like that, but I ain't never had to, oh, I'm this, I'm BD, I'm this, you know. I ain't had to stand on nothing because it was already guys that was ahead of me who already put in work that I ain't had to do nothing. I know it sound crazy, but I ain't had to do nothing because my homies them is like the people before you died for it, so you ain't got to do nothing. So it was like that. It was that type of situation. So everywhere I went, no limit, the hundreds everywhere. Like, all I got to do is say where I'm from, or they know where I'm from, and they be like, oh, leave him alone. You know, leave him alone. He from that block. We'll have more problems messing with him then, you know, stuff like that.
Okay, so tell me about the situation where you got shot in the head, because it was at a corner store, right?
Yeah, it was at a corner store. I remember that day like clearly, man. I was come from college, just got my check from the admissions office. You know, when you go to college, it's like your social on the board to let you know your money there. So me and my cousin, our money was there. We was excited. We ain't never had shit, you know, that much money, thousands from a school. So we decided to go to stores and then go home. I had got my son that day, and my son was a baby, and I took a chance to leave him in the house. You know what I'm saying? People will say like, you was a bad dad. Yeah, I took a chance to leave him in the house on the couch by himself because I was trying to run to the store while he was asleep. But I asked the girl to watch him. So I go to the corner store, and I'm in line talking to the people, man. The guy came in there, a little kid, probably like 12, 13, small, and he stood behind me for a minute. And I'm like, you can go. I'm talking to the girl. And then next thing you know, I get to run around the store like my head was cut off, man. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't know where it came from. I ain't never did shit to nobody, Vlad. Like, rob nobody, disrespect nobody at the time. Like, I was going to school. Like, I was going to school to criminal justice, you know, business management. That's what I was going to school for. But, you know, after that, I was like, shit, I'm finna rob every drug dealer. I don't like drug dealers no way because my mom was off crack. So I was like, I'm finna start robbing people after I came from up out of that shit. You know, I was fucked up after that. But yeah, I got shot in the Bennett store, right down the street from where Ide got killed.
Okay, so a guy goes up behind you and shoots you in the back of the head. How did you survive that?
Actually, the bullet was stuck. Like, the bullet, he shot me with a small caliber. You know what I'm saying? So the bullet was stuck in there. You know what I'm saying? The bullet was just stuck. Like, they was picking out fragments as I was sleeping shit. My cousin then was in the hospital with me. And yeah, he just came up from behind me and shot me, man. Didn't know me from a can of paint, man. And the story get crazier than that, Vlad. They came up to me when I was hurt, after like 10 months, I'm on crutches, walking still in the same area, and they told me that it wasn't for me. And that shit pissed me off. That's where the robbery kicked in. Like, oh man, we sorry, it wasn't for you. I damn near died though, you know. That's how I was looking at it.
So the guy that actually shot you,
no, some guys who was with some guys who from the area, some big guys, yeah, they came to me and told me that it wasn't for me. It wasn't for me. A guy looked like me that was from over east.
Sir, which one was it? Did you leave your son on the couch by himself, or did you get the girl downstairs to watch your son? Because I'm a bit confused on that part. And also, I'm a bit confused on the part when you say you got shot in the head and you took off running around the store. But after that, you were paralyzed. So, I don't know. I think you should make that a little bit more clear.
So, according to reports, in 2006, you got arrested by Sergeant Ronald Watts, who was a corrupt Chicago police sergeant.
Yes, sir.
Tell me about what happened.
So I had came home. I was out in 2006. I was doing my robberies. That's where it started at with Watts. I never knew who Watts was until then. Like, my mom and them know who Watts is. Everybody, because he from the low end, too. He just a police officer who was getting his ass kicked in school. And then when he became a police officer, everybody who was doing shit to him and treating him in high school, he had a vengeance. So Watts was like the hobos. He was like the hobo savior. Like, if you get into it with the hobo, anybody into it, he dropping addresses. He robbing people with them. Like, he's setting up, like, he telling them what people at, pulling people over, unarming them, and then they come and rob you. Like, he was doing shit like that. So I'm walking out my father's house one day, and the man pulled up on me. I had hit a lick, though. I had robbed somebody who was with the hobos. And the man told me, hey, look, you can get them their money back, or you going to jail. You're going to have a better problem. He going to put some shit on me. You know what I'm talking about? Then I had problems with him ever since then, man. And then he even locked my mama up, bro, behind this shit. He had locked my mama up. My mama did. Vlad, you can look up my mama. I had you look up my mama so you can get on your platform and be like, yeah, his mama got locked up, bro. My mom was on dialysis when she went to the joint. The man couldn't get me, so he had put that shit on my mama. 14 grams of heroin, bro. And my mama went to jail, did the time, bro. Like, for real. She went to, and that's how she got clean. That's how my mama ended up getting clean off drugs.
Right, because Sergeant Watts was sentenced to 22 months in federal prison for stealing what he believed was drug money from a federal informant.
Yep.
And after he got arrested, prosecutors threw out more than 200 convictions that were linked to the unit that he was leading.
Yep, he had a whole task force.
Right. He was also accused of extorting money from drug dealers at the Ida B. Wells homes.
Yep.
And falsely arresting people who wouldn't cooperate.
Yep, that was him.
Well, and what they said was after that run-in you had with Watts, you became an FBI informant.
Yep. Yep, that's true.
Okay, so how did that happen?
That's true. I walked into the police station. Tried to tell them, like, this man taking people money and shit and all that. And one of the commanders, the district commander, told me, he said, you don't want to do this. He said, if you do this, you might want to go to somebody bigger. It was a white guy. He said, you might want to go to somebody bigger because he the governor of the low end. So, hey, look, I've been to school before. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, shit, what I do? I call my teacher. I tell my teacher, like, man, I'm in the streets. I'm already starving, but then I got to go against the drug dealers and him. My teacher told me straight up, like, man, call the feds, man. The feds gonna be able to do something about it. And when I told them, they was already on them. They was already, like, investigating them. You know what I'm saying? So I just added a little spice to it, man, to get him booked. I don't regret it either, Vlad. I don't regret that shit either.
Okay, so your cooperation with the FBI led to his arrest?
Yep. Well, a part of it. It was, it was more people. It was a lot of people. Like, out of 246, just imagine how many people made statements on the man, before that.
Okay, so in 2008, that's when your mom ended up getting locked up.
Yeah, I got arrested. I got arrested too. I got arrested before my mom got locked up. Like, I was over there in the extension buildings with Brick, FBG Brick. Me and Brick was under the building. Watching them come up there, and he come in there. He say, man, you got something for me? I said, I ain't got nothing for you. He say, you going to jail then. And then after that, I reported to the feds again. This motherfucker harassing me. And then that's when my mama went to jail. And then he ended up going to jail down the line later on, though. But, yeah.
Right. Your mom got 6 years for heroin possession.
Yup, 6 years, man. And Logan Correctional Facility, bro. Yup.
Right. But fortunately, during that time, she ended up getting clean. Her weight came back and everything else like that.
Yup, she got fat, everything, bro. Like,
This man said he just put a little spice on it so they can't book the cop. Like, make sure he get booked. What kind of stuff is that? So, is you putting a little bit of spice on a lot of stuff you've been saying on these YouTube streets? I'm just asking.
Heard tomorrow they getting out $100 gifts to cars for Steak and Shake, so I'm gonna make sure I be truth teller here tomorrow.
It was a Chicago rapper who was gunned down here on one of Chicago's ritziest streets. They say 2 other people were also shot when 4 gunmen, witnesses say, jumped out of cars and fired from just a few feet away.
They be thinking I'm weak, bro. On everything, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm starting to think
all the bloggers weak.
Yeah, they think I'm weak. I was trying to say, can I show you something? But I don't want to do that to your camera, man.
What you trying to show me?
I'm just trying to tell him, man. If I just be chilling, bro. Like I just be really chilling.
Cause the way you said that, I'm thinking.
I just be cooling, bro.
Some indecent exposure or something. What the fuck?
Nah, I just be chilling, bro. And you know, niggas will have you go there for no reason, bro. Like they'll put you in a blender and they be thinking like. So I just be like, you know, I mean, you know, like, you know, do we have a problem? You know,
Man, what's that, a 50?
It's Trenches News, man, but, you know, like, you gotta be safe out here, you know? You gotta be safe in these streets, bro. Like, ain't nothing, you ain't gonna get none for sweet. Ain't like, you could think that I'm from the trenches, bro.
Dangerous game if you're talking to them people but didn't want to portray something else on social media. And it's not me just saying that. We're about to discuss a story to show anything. So if you wearing a mask on a public platform all the time, you're not hiding from the feds. You hide from the people. Recent Chicago blogger has made local headlines in his city after he been identified as Cooperator 1 and taking a stand later this week in the trial for FBG Duck. These allegations been out for some time now. But the real reason we talking about it today in this video, because now the public is privileged to knowing the details of him being an informant. We also gonna hear his response before this information came out, after his name was in paperwork on a DJU interview. Chicago rapper FBG Duck had passed away on August 4th, 2020. May he rest in peace and down in downtown Chicago while shopping for his child.
It was a Chicago rapper who was gunned down here on one of Chicago's ritziest streets. They say 2 other people were also shot when 4 gunmen, witnesses say, jumped out of cars and fired from just a few feet away. A street known for Chicago's most expensive shopping today turned into a crime scene, rattled by gunfire and littered with bullet casings.
I was standing here and saw people running in every direction, trying to look for cover.
With good reason. Police say 3 people were out shopping along Oak Street late this afternoon. 2 men, they say, were standing on the sidewalk near the Dolce & Gabbana store, just a few steps from Michigan Avenue.
2 vehicles pulled up. 4 individuals exited those vehicles, 2 from each vehicle, and began firing at the individuals that were on the sidewalk outside of one of the stores here.
Shoppers and residents scrambled as 2 men dropped to the ground from the stream of bullets.
On the video you can hear, I try to count them. I counted about 17 shots.
I was standing where we're standing now and heard what I thought was a machine gun. And then a black car speeding down Oak Street going west.
Friends say one of those bullets killed the polarizing Chicago rapper known as FBG Duck.
FBG Duck was well respected in the city. He's well loved. But with being well loved, he was always also well hated on the other side.
Tonight, police say 2 other people are still being treated for gunshot wounds, a man and a female, while police are looking for as many as 4 gunmen they say got away from the scene in 2 different cars. Tonight, detectives are poring over surveillance video from the various stores along this block.
The neighborhood O Block was arrested for the demise of FBG Duck. Fast forward 3 years later, the trial for those 4 men has started in November of 2023. Now, a star witness in that case is a man that go by the name of Trenches News from Chicago, who also do blogging on her stories. Now, when the paperwork for this case had leaked out, some people had put 2 and 2 together and found out that Trenches News was one of the star witnesses and confronted him about it. But there was still a lot of mixed feelings in the air on why and how from his audience. Addressed the situation by posting a video with 47,000 views and counting, suggesting that he's taking a stand, but then go on an interview which you'll later hear a clip of and say he's not, but he could if he wanted to.
I couldn't miss this opportunity. I heard tomorrow they getting out $100 gifts to cars for Steak and Shake, so I'm gonna make sure I be truth teller here tomorrow too. But yeah, this the courtroom, man. Just had to show y'all, you know, don't live duck. Yeah. Yo, this is Trenches News, live reporting from you from the Dirksen Federal Building, man. Today is Carlton Weekly Day and the O Block Sloppy 6, man. This is the trial of the century. We got truth teller in the washroom smoking and sniffing rocks, and then we have a couple more bloggers in here. But Trenches News was able to get early access to everything. And I know how you wondering how I'm still in here with my mask on. Hey, don't worry about that. Ask the cop who's on the stand for Melly. Now, with that being said, I'll be back at y'all with more updates on the news, on this news report. I will bring you the latest. And shout out to the people who left the donuts and the coffee.
Trenches News was making fun of the situation. The next day was aired an interview from DJU. News provided the reason on why he was picked up by the feds and had to testify or give a statement from his words.
So,
Yeah, civilian life, getting that civilian life.
okay, so you say, so basically text messages between you and Kenny Mac
Oh yeah.
was used as evidence?
Nah, that's how I got spent on.
That's how you got spent.
Yeah. What?
We must address is obviously the old block trial coming up, right?
Yes.
Now, the reason why I call this the elephant in the room is because a few weeks, almost a month ago, it was a uproar on the internet about Trenches News, and they was putting your real name, you know, being a character witness in this old block trial. They was saying it was not only Trenches News, but Butter as well, you know.
Yeah.
And they was coming with some hard facts, some hard documents, you know. So, what's going on, Trenches News? Are you a character witness in this case coming up?
Nah, I ain't gotta be no witness, none of that shit. Like I ain't gotta go and get on no stand. If I wanna go and get on the stand, I mean, you know, of course if you wanna do anything, you can do it. But yeah, I had got spent on, you know what they say, spent on, grab, whatever. You know, if you've been watching me forever, then you know that Kenny Mac was my celly. You know, I've been on interviews, and you know when they asked me about the 0x5, like I was surprised that he wasn't. So you know, we as cellies do. You know, you my celly, you rolled me for Duckman when they tried to roll me in jail 2014. I'm talking about, you know, so we was kicking it. I come home, we texting, you know, doing all the shit. I don't really want to say what the text was about the shit, cause you know you get shit. I'm gonna show you the shit that you get in your email when they try to want your shit, subpoena your whole fucking files and shit. You hear me? Like all because you talk to a motherfucker who involved with some dumb shit. And if he knew he was in this shit, he shouldn't even text me. You know what I'm saying? So to make it like, oh man, like what I'm supposed to do? Go up in there and be like, I don't know this nigga, or I don't know none of these people, ball up and put my hand on my head. Nigga, I got businesses, nigga. I got 5 fucking businesses. You think I'm finna do a day for you? Hell no. Fuck them. On everything. I said it on DJU first. Fuck them. On everything. Fuck you talking about? On everything. Fuck them. And I stay with my shit, you hear me? I stay with my shit. Fuck them. On everything. I ain't worried about nobody. Hey, look, I got business. I got a barbershop. I got 2 stores. You hear me? Party buses. Hey, look, ain't nowhere in the hell. Hey, look. You right where you need to be.
He had to say a month before today. And I don't know if that made the feds upset, but they made it a priority to provide the Sun-Times in Chicago as much information as needed to put Trenches News on blast. Look how they played a photo from his video on his YouTube platform a month before with the caption, "Stop witnessing FBG Duck murder trial as a mass rap blogger and longtime government informant." It provides his government name, Martell Wiley, who runs the popular Trenches News YouTube channel, was paid nearly $25,000 to cooperate with the government. An FBI agent had testified Monday and going to say Martell Wiley, who Trenches News YouTube channel has 114,000 subscribers, is expected to testify this trial of 6 men charged in the brazen attack in the Gold Coast on August 4th, 2020. The article go on to say there has been a widespread speculation in the rap blog sphere that Wiley had violated the non-snitch street code and was identified in court records as cooperator 1, who prosecutors say provided information about the O Block faction of the Black Disciples that's at the center of the murder and racketeering case. They went in and talked about the YouTube video that he made that we just talked about and also some of his interviews. But check this statement out from the FBI agent. He would provide background information. He reviewed surveillance footage and reviewed social media posted. The FBI agent had quoted, noting that Wiley was dropped as an informant for a time when he grew unresponsive. Prior to the FBI testimony, one of the roughly dozen defense attorneys in the case noted that Wiley, aka Trench's News, had been used twice as an informant more than a decade ago, calling for more information about details about payments. They have described Wiley as a member of the Black Disciples Newtown faction. Though the FBI agent acknowledged he later ran with FBG Duck's crew and the Gangster Disciples, when asked whether he was concerned that Trench's News may be a little biased based on his connection to Duck, the FBI agent simply said, yes. Now I want to provide this last detail. On October 10th, 2023, the first day of jury selection, defense attorneys moved to block Trench's News from testifying after he made a YouTube video that contradicted his grand jury testimony. According to the Chicago Tribune, Trench's News testified that he's recognized most of the defendants from surveillance footage, but then claimed publicly that he couldn't identify the gunman. Trench's News couldn't be reached for a comment. Now he screwed over the streets on what he reporting on for his income, and also the feds. This playing out before our very eyes. A Chicago blogger who was paid $25,000 in total to be an informant for over a decade. When the masses he report on street news while talking to the people. Man, it's all messed up. Let me know how you guys feel about this one in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe.